What's up, MFFLs? Harrison Graham here, a fellow MFFL. And if you want videos around the Dallas Mavericks all season long for free, all you got to do is hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. We'll have you guys up to date with everything surrounding your Dallas Mavericks. A nice start to the season, although it's been a little choppy. We'll talk about that and a whole lot more on today's show. But first, be sure to subscribe so you never miss a video. Welcome into Dallas Mavericks Today. I am Harrison Graham, your host, almost as always. Sometimes you see Chase Sr. or some other folks, but primarily it is me on this channel. Let's kind of talk about the Mavs as of late. They're kind of rolling right now. You know, they're not blowing teams out, but 7-3 start to the season. They've won 3 straight games, currently sitting third in the Western Conference through 15% of the season. So that's certainly a very positive sign. It's not always pretty, but you know what? Winning is winning, and in recent years, the Mavs have gotten off to some slow starts. Not the case this year. Won 7 of your first 10, so that is certainly a positive. All that being said, I'm not really sure what to make of this team so far. We'll talk about the shooting woes later on in the video, but the offense has been stagnant of times. Obviously, the KP drama, he's in the lineup, he's out. He has a good game. He doesn't have a good game. More on Porzingis later on as well, but I'm not really sure what to fully think. I think it's too early in the Jason Kidd tenure to really give a definitive opinion on how I feel about this team's ceiling this year, but winning is winning, and if you're winning games, that is certainly a good thing. You look at the last 5, 4-1 overall, hammered the Pelicans after a slow start, the Luka Magic game with that buzzer beater over the Celtics, the tight win in San Antonio, got crushed by the Heat, and then beat Sacramento. See, you look at that and you're like, okay, the one really good team you played, you got hammered by Miami. So it's like, okay, is this team just beating bad teams? Maybe there's some of that because the schedule hasn't exactly been tough so far. They lost to Atlanta on opening night, which they've kind of slowed down since then. And then your 2 other losses are Miami, who's really good, and Denver. And then the teams you've beaten, some good teams, but some not so good teams as well. So, the schedule picks up, and I think we'll have a better kind of feel for this team after another 10 games. I think that quarter part of the season, 20 games in, we'll be like, okay, this team could be a team that goes to the conference finals, or it's probably just a first-round type of team again. Too early to say, but 7-3, if you pace that out throughout the season, you're going to have a really good record. Do you believe in the Dallas Mavericks? Type Y for yes, type N for no. I'm going to make this the pinned comment on today's video, so get your opinions in. Type a Y, type an N. If you get hit with the YouTube ad break, all you got to do is scroll on down and reply to the pinned comment. Here's what I say when it comes to believing or not believing so far. Beat the Bulls on Wednesday night on the road, that makes me more of a believer. Because, again, the really good teams the Mavs have faced, they haven't won. Denver, Miami. The bad teams, they've been able to handle business. Can this team go on the road and beat a hot Bulls team who is also 7-3, one of the top contending teams in the Eastern Conference? They just hammered Brooklyn the other night. Big matchup in Wednesday night up in Chicago. So you win this game, that's going to turn some heads. That's going to have people thinking, okay, this Mavs team could be for real. Because one thing that has been impressive early, the defense. The defense is much improved under Jason Kidd, which isn't a huge surprise as he was the top assistant coach for the Lakers. They were great defensively. There's no doubt about that over the last couple of years, and that has translated. This Mavericks defensive team has been one of the better units in the National Basketball Association. We'll see going up against Chicago and that potent offense. Predict the score of this matchup, Dallas against Chicago. We'll see. 110 points, probably enough to win this one. We'll see how it plays out. Get your score predictions in by letting us know who you think will win and what the final score will end up being. You, of course, can go bet on that game with our sports betting partner, BetUS. All you got to do is go to chatsports.com/MFFL. Use the promo code MFFL. You put down $100. That promo code will get you $125 for free with that 125% deposit bonus. Bet on the Mavs. Bet on the Cowboys. I think the Cowboys will bounce back this week, but you got to use our link, chatsports.com/MFFL. Make some money all year long. Let's talk a little bit about Kristaps Porzingis. He has returned. He's played in the last 2 games after missing, I believe, 6 with that lower back stiffness. Played well in that Celtics game, especially in the fourth quarter. Not so much against the Pelicans. Didn't really get it going offensively. And it's really the name of Kristaps Porzingis for the last 2 years, right, is they need him to find consistency. He's the ultimate wild card, right? Like, when he's good, he's really good. When he's bad, he's really bad. You also don't know when he's going to be healthy or not. I mean, it's a roller coaster, a wild card when it comes to KP. Like I said, in his first game back against Boston, 7 of 13, really efficient there, 21 points, 7 boards, had a couple of assists. He's been pretty active defensively this year in the games he has played as well. But then against New Orleans, 4 of 13, 12 points, 8 rebounds, did have 3 assists. Very inconsistent, very, very inconsistent. You never know what to expect with KP. And maybe this is just how it's going to be. Some nights he'll be good, some nights he won't. Some nights he'll be available, some nights he won't be. If that's the case, that's very frustrating, and it makes it hard to rely on a guy who's making $30+ million per year. But, you know, until proven otherwise, this is kind of the KP experience right now. You have to deal with the good and the bad, because you're kind of stuck with him. If you try to trade him, I don't think you're going to get a ton for him. So you just got to hope you can find some consistency and play a little bit better and more often as well. Do you trust Kristaps Porzingis? Type T for trust, type D for don't. I absolutely do not. That doesn't mean he can't give you good nights, and that can't change at some point. But just being honest, at this point in time, I don't trust KP, but it's nice to see him get back out there and play some basketball. Let's talk about Maxi Kleber, a little injury update. Hasn't played since Halloween against the Kings. Been dealing with that oblique strain, so he's missed the last few games here. Did some light activity at Tuesday's practice, was jogging around, didn't do any scrimmage drills or basketball activity, mostly just stretching and working out the legs and that sort of thing. He will not play against the Bulls on Wednesday night up in Chicago. No timetable on his return at this point. It doesn't sound like it's a, week-to-week, month-to-month type of thing. He's really day-to-day at this point. We'll see if he can return after that Bulls game. I would say sometime in the next week to 10 days, hopefully he can get back after it. And they need him to, because you look at this three-point shooting offense, Kleber's clearly been your best one at 48%. Trey Burke's at 40, but that's on low volume and low minutes. Tim Hardaway, solid 37.3, but you'd like to get him back up into the 40s where he was last year. Reggie Bullock, he's been up and down, 35%. Jalen Brunson, 35 to 37 is fine for him because he gives you so much more. But you need more shooting, and Maxi Kleber can help provide that because he's been incredibly efficient dating back to last year as well. Really spaces the floor well. We know how good of a defender and shot blocker he can be as well. His impact on this Mavs team can't be overstated. I mean, I told you guys before the season, I would much rather keep him than Dwight Powell, and I think that has played out so far this year because Kleber just gives you a lot more on both ends of the floor. So hopefully he's back soon, but he will not play on Wednesday night. I want to ask you guys this. Are you guys concerned about the Mavs shooting struggles? Type 1 for yes, type 2 for no. Not yet. It kind of goes back to the first story of the video, Mavs 7-3, but we don't know how to feel about this team. Let's give it another 10 games. Where are the Mavs sitting in 10 more games? Are they shooting better? Are they 14-6? Do they win 7 of these next 10? If those things happen, I'll be feeling really good about this team. But good start. Not a great start, but a good start to the season. Let me know if you're concerned about the shooting struggles, and we will see you next time here on Dallas Mavericks Today.